What happened to your clothes?
What happened to my clothes?
Yeah, the bloody clothes.
We had changed out at two-line apartments.
Where'd you get the clothes?
We got them two-line apartments.
Like from who?
Whoever they was. I don't know them good.
So they just had something to fit your size to wear those clothes?
Yeah, you see, when we went in and we came out, you see, before Angela pulled up, we had on different clothes when we came out. Okay. You see that on the video.
You mentioned during your testimony that you actually never communicated with Jook, is that right?
No, I never communicated. Well, I did, to be honest with you. I get ahead, like, after they found the car, whatever, and, man, I wasn't talking to, Justin or him. So I had, inboxed him on, one. Well, so I forgot what it was. And I'm like, man, I'm Govan homeboy, man. You need to holler at you, go. I'm trying to get my money. You know what I'm saying?
The city's tense right now. Young Dolph's final murder suspect just went to trial, and chaos broke out before things even officially began. The second he walked into that courtroom, you could see it clear as day. A bruised, swollen eye, like someone roughed him up right before he faced a judge. And it didn't seem random. It felt intentional, like a signal, a silent threat meant to shut him up before he could speak. Rumors started flying immediately, with people saying it might have even been a hit attempt on Hernandez Govan. Because let's keep it real. There are plenty of powerful names out there who don't want him saying a word. Once opening arguments kicked off, prosecutors came out swinging hard. They didn't just mention Gotti and CMG. They lit them up over and over again. Not once, not twice, but 27 times on day one. They made sure that jury knew this wasn't just some rap beef or industry drama. They painted it as an all-out street war that finally made its way into a courtroom. They dropped those names with such force. You could feel the bigger picture, like the state's already paving the way for a massive takedown. One that could easily end with Gotti's name front and center on an indictment. And they weren't done making moves. Day one, they brought in Cornelius Smith, and he didn't hold back. He told the court, straight up, that Hernandez Govan was the man who handed him the murder weapon. It didn't stop there. Govan set the ground rules.
You and Bobby did the first shooting of Wu when you guys had a shootout with Mr. Wu. Is that correct?
Yeah, me, Bobby, Justin, and we got, Mr. Govan gave me his gun.
Okay.
Gun.
So now Govan gave you the gun. I understand that. Was Treon Ingram also there for that shooting?
I don't know none of them folks. I don't know none of them.
Himself, telling them to mask up and hide their faces before making any move on Dolph. According to Cornelius, this wasn't some sloppy, last-minute job. The whole thing was mapped out with precision before they even stepped outside. But then came the moment that froze the courtroom. Cornelius revealed that Dolph wasn't even the original target. They were out looking for anyone connected to Piari. But fate flipped the script. Dolph crossed their path, and it was his car that gave him away. That camera-wrapped ride everybody recognized, it turned him into a walking bullseye the second they laid eyes on it. Just like that, the mission changed, and Dolph became the mark. And that's the cold reality. Stop turning your cars into loud billboards and flexing them online like trophies. It only makes you easier to find. Tragically, that was Dolph's first misstep, giving his enemies a glowing arrow straight to him. Cornelius broke it all down, step by step, detailing how the plan was set in motion behind closed doors. He told the court he met Big Juke face-to-face at Govan's house. No phones, no texts, nothing.
People were there all together at the first shooting of Wu.
At the shooting?
At the shooting.
At the house of Mr. Govan house.
Okay, let's try this again. You went with Bobby Carter and you said Justin was already there.
We all met up at Mr. Govan house. Okay. And me and Bobby jumped in one vehicle, and Justin and another guy was in another vehicle.
All right.
That could ever be traced back. Big Juke kept it old school, making sure not a single word left a paper trail. That's when the real blueprint started coming together. According to Cornelius, the price on Dolph's head was locked in at $100,000, straight cash. And the shooters, they were already promised a cut. That Govan they rolled up in, it was part of the deal. Each shooter was supposed to pocket $10,000. 20 bands total to carry out the hit. But here's where things started to look shady. The way Cornelius laid it out, it sounds like Big Juke funneled the cash through Govan, but when it was time to actually hand over the money, Something
You ever text Mr. Jook at all during the course of all this?
That's what I was saying on a website, like on Instagram or Facebook, something like that. I forgot what it was. I ain't have his number personally. I could not contact him, like call his phone and say, Juke, where my money? No.
went left. Either Govan shortchanged his shooters or ran off with a chunk of the money. That's where the betrayal rumors started bubbling. Cash flowing one way, then vanishing into thin air. And that's what makes this case so tangled. It's not just about who killed Dolph. It's about backdoor deals, broken promises, and who really walked away with the bag. When the feds locked in and the story exploded across the media, things went full throttle. Cameras lined up outside the courthouse. Reporters camped out. The entire city locked in. And Cornelius? He turned the courtroom into a pressure cooker. First, he lit up Justin Johnson, exposing every detail. And now, he's slow-cooking Hernandez Govan, letting the truth simmer and smoke like barbecue, roasting him piece by piece. He made it crystal clear. I'm not taking a fall for you, especially when I didn't even see the money. I got nothing, not even enough to pay for my own meds. You could hear the venom in every word. He's tired of carrying weight for people who left him broke and forgotten. And when questioned about why he didn't speak up earlier or take action, he laid it out. He said Govan introduced him to Big Juke as Lil C, the guy who handled the Wu shooting. So they already knew he was a shooter. So what was with all the secret meetings? His response? Look, man, after the shooting, when they found the car or whatever, Justin came to me like, Jay says he'll reach out on his own terms. And don't trust Govan right now. That's when Cornelius realized the game had too many players. Too many crosses. He said Justin dipped out with the money. Trust? Gone. So he took matters into his own hands. Reached out on IG or something like that. Hit up a mutual. I just wanted to get my money, man. Meanwhile, inside that courtroom, Yo Gotti's name echoed like a snare drum. Again and again. Yodi this. CMG that. It was relentless. And it wasn't casual, either. It felt strategic, like the prosecutors were hammering it into the jury's memory. And when a name gets tossed around that many times in a federal courtroom, it's not by accident. It feels like the warning shot before the main event. The way they framed it, you could feel it coming, like a storm. An arrest warrant could drop at any moment, because this ain't just a murder trial. This is a full-on cinematic takedown. A street beef that turned federal with echoes of Tupac and Biggie. Only this time, it's allegedly funded straight out of CMG's own pockets. The prosecution made it clear Dolph wasn't just some random victim. He was a target of a planned execution, tied to the very top of the label. And prosecutors don't throw language like that around for hype. They use it to paint a picture the jury can't shake, no matter what defense comes later. Cornelius Smith? He's not testifying like someone holding back. He's spilling it all like a memoir, raw and unfiltered. Every sentence hits harder than the last. He's done protecting names, done with street codes. His only hustle now is swapping truth for mercy, and you can hear it in his tone. All the while, eyes keep shifting toward Govan, and man, his body language is loud, squirming in his seat, wiping sweat, biting his lip like he's replaying every bad move that led him here. You can see it in his face, the calculation. Is this the moment he cracks? Is dropping Yo Gotti's name his only way out? That's the real tension in the room. Because loyalty, it ain't looking like the path he's choosing. And that's what has everyone holding their breath. Govan's connection to Yo Gotti and Big Juke is starting to show fractures. The big question, when Govan takes the stand, will he fold or stay silent? Honestly, though, with how aggressive the prosecutors are, silence may not even be an option anymore. They're already flashing receipts, and the jury's watching everything. Then the prosecution turned up the pressure, showing the jury photos. Hernandez Govan, standing shoulder to shoulder with Yodi's own brother. Let that sink in. They didn't just talk about connections. They showed them. The message was clear. These men aren't strangers. They're not casual acquaintances. They move together. And once a jury sees a photo like that, it sticks. You can't unsee it. That's why this trial doesn't feel like a typical courtroom drama. It feels like something deeper. Political chess being played in the background while the case plays out center stage. Because this ain't just about the shooters. It's about who paid for the job, who gave the green light, and who's going to break first once the walls close in. Then there's the biggest twist. Someone took Big Juke out. That wasn't random. That was surgical. Whoever did it knew exactly how Juke could shift this whole case. If he had made it to testify, he might have cleared Yo Gotti, or at least given him some cover. But now, with Juke gone, the defense lost its biggest shield. So the question on everyone's mind, did Yodi make that call on his own brother to protect himself? Or was it Cornelius Smith? Maybe even Justin Johnson, silencing Juke because he never delivered, never paid up? That's the whisper floating heavy in the air, even if no one wants to say out loud. Meanwhile, the state keeps digging, looking for that smoking gun, that paper trail with Yodi's name stamped on it, that one undeniable piece that ties him straight to Dolph's murder. That's why they keep circling back. Every old beef, every rumor, every past attack tied to Dolph. They're weaving it all together. Every street clash, every close call, threading into a story that points to one man. And the way it's stacking up, Gotti's not looking like a bystander. He's being cast as the mastermind. The mood in court, like a pot on low heat. Slow boil, steam rising. The smoke's thick, and the fire's not even here yet. That's exactly what the prosecution wants. For the jury to feel the guilt before the verdict's even on the table. If young Dolph's brother hadn't been distracted for just a few seconds, maybe on his phone, maybe ordering something, this whole thing could have gone another way. With a second more, he might have dropped both shooters on the spot. And the crazy part, even caught off guard, he still pulled out and fired, hit both of them. That alone shows he was ready, locked in, willing to protect. But he didn't get the window he needed to save his brother. And that kind of pain, it don't fade. Imagine living with that, knowing you had your finger on the trigger, but not fast enough. That guilt lives deep. It scars you. You carry it forever. And you can see it in him, how he walks, how he carries the weight. The trauma lingers, doesn't just vanish. Still, salute to him. In the middle of chaos, he stood tall and tried to protect his blood. That's real courage. That's love. Now, here's where things hit different. The courtroom and the streets, they're both chasing the same thing, justice for young Dolph. His name still echoes through Memphis, through the culture, through everyone who loved him. But the question is, will justice actually be clean? Or will it get buried under politics, power plays, and courtroom games? Because watching this trial unfold, you can feel it. Something way bigger is moving underneath it all. The feds and the state are stacking their pieces like dominoes, getting ready to tip them over. An indictment's in the air, no doubt. The only mystery left is whose name ends up bold at the very top when the papers finally drop. So now it's your turn. Drop your thoughts in the comments. Do you think real justice is coming? Or is this all just smoke and mirrors? Make sure you like, share, and hit that subscribe button so you don't miss the next drop.